Hey, what's up guys? It's Ivan. And in this video, I want to show you how to create a Facebook ads campaign in 2024, made in 2024. So everything you see here will be updated, will be relevant for the new year as you guys watch behind my shoulder and as we create a campaign together. I have been using Facebook ads during my 7 years of experience with affiliate marketing, and it is an absolutely incredible tool to grow your business and to get attention from people that otherwise would have no idea you exist. And so in this video, I want to show you exactly how to set everything up from start to finish. Make sure you guys stay through to the end of the video because there are bits and pieces that are important not to miss, and I will be sharing some of my own experiences with you as well. So you want to make sure that you stay tuned to the whole thing. All right, are you ready? Let's get into it. So the first thing you guys have to do is head over to business.facebook.com and create an account here with Meta Business Suite. And there are many benefits for that. One is you can manage many different accounts from this. As opposed to just creating an account with your personal Facebook account. You can also manage accounts for other people. You can see all the pages and everything all in one place. It's just much more convenient. So get into the habit of setting up Facebook for business for your ads, all right? So you're going to log in with Facebook. You do need a Facebook account, a normal, personal account to set it up. So if you don't have that, set that up first and then create this business account. And then once you do that, you should see something that will look like this. So you might see a page, without an ad account, which is fine. And from here, we need to do two things before we actually create the campaign. The first thing we need to do is create an ad account. And the second thing we need to do is create a page, okay? Because unlike Google ads or Microsoft ads, you do need to have this public display of what you are, which is this Facebook page before you can start promoting, okay? So let's take it one step at a time. Let's first create an account. So what you guys are going to do is click over here. Click here on all tools, and we're going to click on business settings. And then you will see different options here. So you can add people if you want more people to help you with your Facebook. You can click on invite people. This is your interface for that. And then if you scroll down here, you will see everything you need to know. So you have billing and payments here. You will have your pixels here, which I will cover in this video. You have your system users, your partners, things like that. What we're interested in for now, the first thing is clicking on add accounts. So we're going to click here. And here I do have an account already that I created, but you won't. So you are simply going to click on add and click on create a new ad account if you're brand new. If you already have an ad account, maybe that you want to manage, if you want to manage someone's account, you can click here. Or if you already have an existing ad account somewhere else, you can click on add an ad account. And this will basically move that account into this business manager suite, right? As we discussed. So that's what you do. So if you're brand new, you don't have any accounts, just click on create new ad account, enter a name for it. My name was ad account 1, and that is it. Okay, that's all you're gonna pretty much have to do. You will also have to go into billings and payments and add your payment information there, okay? So you will have to do that in order for the account to be active. Well, once you do that, we're ready to move on to the next step, which is creating a Facebook page, okay? So I'm gonna click on pages. Let's suppose for the purpose of this example, I wanna promote this Spanish product, okay? Or let's suppose I'm a Spanish teacher and I wanna promote my Spanish teaching business, something like that. I'm going to click on add over here. And again, same thing. You can add a page if you already have it. You can request access to the page, or in our case, let's suppose we're brand new. We're just going to create a new page. And then we're going to say, so you can choose any one of these. Any of them is fair game. They're not too much different. There are small differences and variations between them, but ultimately it doesn't matter too much. So we're going to say brand or product. We're going to name it, let's say, well, I don't want to say Synergy Spanish because I don't want to, tread on their copyright terms, but let's say learn Spanish quickly. Let's suppose that's what we want to do. We can choose a category. So let's see if there's learn languages category. I don't know. What would this be? I don't see anything. Let me know in the comments, guys, if I'm blind, but let me just put website for now. Let's suppose, I don't know. We just want to promote this website. So we're going to do that. We do have to beautify the page, right? Make it look nice, make it look presentable because people will be clicking on this page. I won't spend too much time on it, but let's do a little something at least to, make it a little pretty at least. So we're gonna block notifications. So here is your page, okay? Congratulations. So what you wanna do now is, first of all, you wanna switch to Learn Spanish Quickly page if you're not already. And that way you'll be able to add all the stuff here, right? You can manage, you can add a picture here, you can add a picture here. You can write a welcome post, link your WhatsApp account if you want, add your website. So let me just go ahead and pause the video real quick, and I'm going to go in and find some pictures for this. I don't wanna take up too much of your time. And then I'm gonna come back and we can maybe add a post or two or add a website, and then we should be good to actually start promoting our website. This is our website that we wanna promote, okay? So I'll be right back.
A few moments later.
All right, and we're back. So I went ahead and just added some nice pictures, uploaded them. I went to a free website called pixabay.com if you guys wanna go there for any of your images. And then here we can write a welcome post. So we could say something like, learning Spanish is easy. All you need is 300 words and you're good to go for the majority of cases. Learn more, let's say, follow this page to get new updates daily, something like that, okay? We can click add post. So make it so that your page is active, you know, don't make it seem like it's a dead page. I realize that you will have 0 likes and there will be an option for you to kind of buy likes. You can do that to boost your page, but not necessary, okay? Now we can also edit details here, so we can add our website. So we can come in here, copy that. Okay, so here's the website. Sorry, that website, that was more of like the category, not enter your website. So that's our website. You can enter social link, you can enter services, add a language. So you can say Spanish language, you know, English language, like that. And yeah, I mean, anything else you guys want to add, you would just go through that. Okay, so it took a few refreshes, but here's that post that we added. It says we added our profile picture, okay? So go ahead and just add as much stuff as you like, make it as legitimate as you like. If you have a WhatsApp account, you can add it here, Instagram, action button. So this is good. It's where you want to take people to, right? So for example, if you want people to contact you or to go to a specific website, like sign up, for example, you can click next, and then you would be able to add your website link here as well, hit save. And then this will show up a little action, a little button here, okay? For people when they actually see your page. So that's pretty much it, okay? So we're good with our page. It is up and running, congratulations. So we can refresh one more time to make sure it's good. And now we're ready to actually go in and start promoting, right? Promoting our website via this page. And if we refresh this, there should be a little flag here now too, makes it a little nicer. So we're ready to promote. Now we're gonna click on all tools. We're gonna click on Ads Manager, all right? And this is where we're going to be running our campaign. Now I'm going to delete these real quick. I don't need them. Go click a trash icon here and let's start from the beginning. So I'm going to click on create over here. And there are 3 levels. You have the campaign level, which is at the very top where you set your campaign objective. Then you have the ad set level where this is where the targeting is, where you set the budget, you set who you want to target, you know, the age group, things like that, where you want to target. Do you want to target on Facebook or Instagram or WhatsApp or both or everywhere, whatever you want. And then you have the ad place here where you actually set up the ads, okay? So you can navigate them by clicking on each tab like this. We're obviously gonna start at the top and then, you know, narrow down, go through the ad set and then the ad level. So I'm gonna click on create over here, and you have 2 buying options. You have the auction and the reservation. The auction is where you'll be able to pay per click, okay? So if people don't click on your ad, you're not gonna pay anything. Alternatively, you can choose this reservation style where you will be reserving, like at a restaurant, for a certain amount for every 1,000 impressions. So with this buying type, you'll be able to say, for example, okay, I want to pay no more than $5 for every 1,000 times my ad is seen. That's what an impression is, how many times your ad is seen. So in our case, I'm going to go with auction. I like to pay per click. Make sure you get results. Once you know that your campaign is good to go and it's getting results and it's doing well, then you can choose the reservation type, or you can choose to pay per every 1,000 impressions, because then it's going to be cheaper, right? But until then, until you actually see the results, you don't want to pay for lack of results or lack of clicks. So that's how that works. Next, you're going to choose a campaign objective. So you can choose awareness, traffic, engagement. All of these do matter because all of these will funnel and tell Facebook what you want to focus on, and Facebook will have more options for you depending on what you choose. So awareness, for example, will help show your ads to as many humans as possible. Traffic will make it so you try to get as many clicks as possible. So Facebook will try to show your ads to people that will click as much as possible on your site. You have leads, where Facebook will be focused on getting you conversions. You have engagement, where Facebook will show your ads most likely to people that are likely to engage, to share, to like, to leave a comment, things like that. You have app promotion, obviously, if you're promoting an app, people that are interested in apps, that download many apps, for example, or sales, if you want to sell something specifically. This would be your go-to, okay? So the most simplest thing is, until we have conversion tracking set up right now, we're going to go with traffic. I will make a video on how to set up your conversion and pixel tracking in the next video, so stay tuned for that. So we're going to go with traffic here. We're going to click on continue. You could go with these recommended settings. However, I am here for you to guide you and to explain every part of the way. So I'm going to go with manual here, which will give me the option to explain everything to you, okay? So we're going to go manual. We're going to click on continue. And congratulations. So we've created, or at least we've started our campaign here. We can enter a name. So let's say learn Spanish quickly, Synergy Spanish, for example. You have to declare your category. So if you are in any of these categories like credit, housing, employment, you have to declare it because there are rules around that. So if you select employment here, if you are promoting things to do with employment, you might not be able to set an age group, right? Because you can't discriminate based on age, things like that, okay? So ours is just about learning Spanish, has nothing to do with this. So we're gonna leave it as is. Now here's where you have the buying type, okay? So you have auction or reservation, so you can still change it even after you selected it before in the previous menu. And then your campaign objective here, it is in fact traffic. So we wanna leave that as is. You have more options. You wanna add a campaign spending limit, like spend no more than $200 in total for the campaign, boom, okay? We can do that. A/B test, not necessary, because what you can do is you can just create a duplicate campaign. So you can just, once we're done with this, we can just copy and paste that campaign, and that will be our way to split that. So it's not necessary to do that. You can also choose a campaign budget. So if you want to, there's lots of different options here. If you want to set a daily budget or a lifetime budget, you can do that here. We already set a budget over here, right? So it's one or the other. So we're just going to keep that as is. But these are all the options here to do at the campaign level. So we're going to hit on next. And then, so this is where we're going to actually set the targeting. All right. So we're going to set here the name of our ad group. Well, actually, let's leave this blank for now. Once we set the targeting, we're going to come back and name this ad set to reflect what we targeted, right? That way it'll be easier for us to refer to it later on. So in this case, what do we want? Do we want people to message us, to go to our website, to go to our app if we have an app? We're going to click website here. And then this is where we're going to say how we're going to pay, okay? So what's our goal, first of all? Is it the maximum number of clicks, maximum number of landing page views? Clicks are going to be different than landing page views because somebody can, for example, click on your ad, but then not wait for the site to load, okay? Or they might just click on parts of your ad that won't necessarily take them immediately to your website. So that's the difference between, do you want people to specifically focus and target on, seeing your landing page, or do you just want clicks, like people's engagement, right? So we want landing page views. We want people to come to our page. Alternatively, once you set up conversion tracking, you'll be able to select this option. So if you set it as the maximum number of landing page views, you will only be able to pay for every 1,000 impressions, okay? If you select, however, maximum number of clicks, then you will be able to pay for the clicks. So what you have to do then here is go over here and select link click. And now you'll be able to pay per click. And then you can say, okay, I don't want to spend more than 50 cents per click. And then Facebook will give you some suggestions and data like, hey, you're going to get, expected to get 200 to 600 clicks per day. And then the delivery type, you can't change this. This is either standard or accelerated. Again, depending on these options that you set, you will be able to set this. If it's standard, that means your clicks will be distributed evenly, or impressions, throughout the day. And if you set accelerated, you're going to get as many clicks and impressions as possible, as soon as possible, even if that means leaving the rest of the day out of budget. Okay. So this will depend on which options you set here. I'm not going to play around with that, but I just explained to you what it is. So let's suppose we do want to charge per click. So we're going to come in here and we have to change it to bid cap. and then we're going to say cost per click, and then we want to pay no more than 50 cents per click. Okay, so that's how this works. Sorry about this little thing in the way. I'll try to refresh it after we save at least the ad set part so we can get that out. That's basically that. And then over here, this is where you set the budget for this specific ad group. So if you recall, we set the budget for the entire campaign at $200 total, right? We won't exceed $200. But over here, we're saying how much do we want to spend per this ad group? So we can leave it at $20. You can set a start date and you can set an end date if you like. There are more options in terms of, again, this will depend on which option, which settings you set. And this will show ads on specific hours. Okay, so if you do have this enabled, you'll be able to show ads during specific hours of the day. Here you have audience control. So which countries do you want to target? So do you want to target Canada? Do you want to target, let's say, the United States? Do you want to target anything else? This is going to be your location targeting. If you click on more controls here, you also have the age. What ages do you want to target? Let's say minimum age 18. Now there should be a age cap, and I think that's over here. You have languages. So if you have audience lists or remarketing lists set up, you would enter them here. You don't. If you have languages, you would enter the languages here. So we want to target English speakers. So we're going to target English, okay, specifically. We want to target only English speakers. Now you can select this option, and Facebook will automatically kind of set this up for you, but we don't want that, right? We want to be selective. So we're going to come in here and you can change whatever age group you want. Let's say 18 to 40. You can choose genders here. And then this is the meat and bones of your Facebook ads targeting, because this sets who do you want to target, okay? So in our case, we are trying to teach people Spanish, right? So we can target, for example, people who want to learn Spanish. So let's type in learn Spanish and see what we get. Let's click on browse. So if you click on browse, you can manually see like interests, and you can manually go through here, hobbies and activities. Maybe you'll find languages somewhere here, or maybe behaviors. You can go through this, guys. There are so many different options here. I can't go through all of them, but you can explore and see. Some of them do have a drop down, some I guess do not. You can target by demographics, life events, relationships, parental status, all that cool stuff, marriage status. Really cool. But what I want to do here is I want to target people based on groups. For example, people who like a certain group. So for example, let's type in Spanish, see what we get. So for example, Spanish education. Okay, so this is a field of study, somebody who is learning Spanish. So do you want to target those people? I don't know, maybe. But if you select it, that's what it's going to be. You're targeting these people that have specified that they're learning Spanish. Okay, so if you type in learn Spanish, let's see if we get any more ideas. Let's click on suggestions. So here, Spanish as a second language. So this is really nice. So there is a group, right, that's called Spanish as a second language. So you could target people that like this group, because if people like a group, likely it means that they are, they're also learning, they're part of the group. So I'm going to remove that. And if you type in learn Spanish again, and then click on suggestions, you're going to get suggestions here. So Babel, language study, right? People that are using Babel. People that like Madrid, probably not relevant. But you can go through this. Now, this is where, the hardest part of Facebook comes in. This is where your research comes in. So this is where you would have to go through the different groups and figure out what would my ideal target audience be? What would they like? What types of groups would they like? What age group would they be? That's on you to figure it out, okay? But let me show you how this works. So you have different options here in terms of setting this up. One is you can add a bunch of different interests here. So for example, if I type in again, learn Spanish, you can do language education as well here. So in this case, what I've done is anybody that likes either this or this will see my ad. That's what I'm showing here. Alternatively, I can use and. So if I remove this then, and I say, learn Spanish here, learn Spanish, not giving us suggestions this time, okay. Let's try this, Spanish, sometimes it bugs out, but as an example, let's say here we take Spanish education. If I set it like this, then we need people to match both of these criteria. So people that are in Spanish education and people that like this group, okay? And as you can see here, the audience is a little too narrow, so we're not gonna get many views. Like we're we're going to get 17 to 50 impressions per day, which is nothing, right? So that's when you want to go back and review this and say, okay, maybe I don't want that. Maybe I want to do something else. But this is how this works. So you want to go in there and find your target audience. So maybe we can come in here, we can click browse, and we can say demographics, maybe education, fields of study, maybe people that are people that are learning foreign languages. Good, right? So now they need to match both of these criteria, but again, it's a little too broad. So maybe we want to add it here, for example, right? Add it together. But for the purpose of this video, we're just going to keep it at 1, because that way, if we get sales, we'll be able to know exactly where the sales came from. They came from here. So now that we've done that, now that we've done our targeting, right, we can come back in here and name our ad group. So we can come in here, we can say here, and then we can say, so I'm looking for the two, have a slightly different keyboard here. There it is. We can say 18 to 40, right? So this is our ad set. Once we do a split test, a little variation, we can set different things here, set different targeting, and then we can rename it. Oh, and also Canada, US. So Canada, US. Okay, so this is our ad set. So we'll be able to at a glance know exactly what is here. So if we get sales or we don't get sales, we know exactly what to attribute it to without having to click each individual ad set. So that's how that works. Then you have the placements, okay? So Facebook can automatically place these ads for you somewhere, or you can choose where to place them. I do suggest manual placement, so you choose where to go. So if you want to place them on Facebook and Instagram and Messenger, you can do so here. Or let's suppose we only want to put our ads on Facebook. You can then come in here and choose where exactly do you want to put your ads on Facebook, on the feeds, on the stories, on the search results, right? You can go ahead and play around with those, but that looks pretty good to me so far. So we're going to hit next. And this is the ad part. Okay, so this is where we're going to actually create our ad. So again, I'm not going to name the ad until we finish with the setup so that we can name our ad corresponding to what we set in the actual ad. So the first thing here we're going to do is set our Facebook page, which is Learn Spanish Quickly. And then here we're going to create an ad. You can create an existing post if you already posted, like we created a post, I believe. Let's see, this Learning Spanish is easy. Learn Spanish Quickly, we can use those. Or we can just create a new ad, a brand new ad for our site. So this right here is where we create the ad. So we're going to add a preview so we see what the ad will look like. And then let me do this first. I like to do this so that you see what it looks like. And let me just quickly publish this to get this out of the way, because you are supposed to see the ad right here, okay? And also make sure there's no ads as well, because if you have an ad blocker, you might not see the ads as well. So let me quickly publish this, and then we'll go back and we'll actually create the ad just to get rid of this stuff here. All right, so there you go. The error finally disappeared, and I just entered my website URL here, and then you should be able to see your ad right here, right? So if you toggle that ad preview, you'll be able to see what your ad looks like on the different platforms, on Facebook Stories, Facebook Reels, things like that. Now, we don't really have an image yet or things like that, so it looks a little ugly and some options aren't available. So let's go back and let's actually add everything, right? And then over here, the reason why I did this, ABC, is for you to see where each option corresponds to. So the primary text will be the primary text right there. The headline will be the headline there, and then the C will be the description. And then you'll have the image, and we'll be able to change the button. So let's go through it step by step. So the first thing we'll do is let's add a media, okay? Let's make our ad look nice. So we're gonna click on Add Image, and you'll be able to upload your image here. So again, what I'm gonna do is head over to pixabay.com and type in Learn Spanish. Or maybe let's do people talking, right? As though they're learning, they're having fun, something like that. Okay, so I came into this different site, pexels.com. I wasn't able to find any good images here on Pixabay. So these are all free sites you guys can use to get free images. So for example, I like this image, it's a nice, chill, relaxing image, people having fun. So as an example, we'll use this image. We'll download a large version here, download selected size. And then we can come back in here, into our account here, and we're gonna go ahead and upload it. So here's that image. Let's see if it's the right size. If it's not, Facebook will tell you, they'll have a little circle here with the red that says, not a good size. We're gonna click next. And then here you can choose what dimensions you want, how you want it to look like. If you wanna crop it, you can. If you think this isn't good enough, you can click crop and say, okay, I want it to be like this. Then you can hit apply. You can come in here and crop that. This doesn't look ideal, but let's I might have to lose a person here and just use one person. So just like that. Or we can just use original recommended. That's fine. 1 by 1. That looks pretty good too. Yeah, so you can move it like this. This one, yeah, these ones you can move, but this one you can't. So that's fine. So that's what our image now will look like, right? So we hit done. Now we should see some more options and ideas here. Boom, okay? So that's our ad. Looks pretty nice. I like it. So now let's go in and actually write something, right? So the primary text is how you're going to grab somebody's attention. This is the first thing that somebody is going to see when they scroll through their Facebook. So you can say something like, having trouble with learning Spanish, right? Let's suppose our course will help you learn quickly with only, I believe it's like 300 words or so, right? For this course, yeah, it's just 138 words. With only 138 words that you need to get around. Learn more by clicking the button, for example. And you can add another text option if you like, and this is the optimized variation, with little emojis. Looks kind of cool. You can do that, you could add, and this will be a second variation. You can add a different variation here, so Facebook makes it easy for you. Or you can come in here and you can just do it yourself. Having trouble with learning Spanish, you can click on this little emoji thing there and find something. Unfortunately, you can't search for it. So what I like to do is I'm on my Windows computer. I like to click the Windows button, period. And then here I can search for something. So, nope. Let's say Spanish. No, there's nothing like that. So let's say hard, like thinking, right? Like that, for example. So like that. And then our course can help. Click to discover our course and start speaking like a native. Yeah, so that looks pretty cool. Okay, so these are some ideas that are going to show up over there. So if people click see more, they'll see the whole thing. And then here's the headline. So that's what's going to show up here. And then we can say the name of the product. So we can say, we can say, learn Spanish in just 138 words. Now there's a limit to this. I don't remember what the limit is. If you say, if your headline is too long, then it will take up the space of the description. So the headline will show up in the majority of your cases. The description is optional. So you do have to put a description, but it will not always show up. So as you can see here, for example, there's no description. Over here, there will probably not be a description as well, right? But in some cases where there is space, the description will show up. So that's why you want to add it. And as well over here, you can add new headlines. So you can say, for example, learn Spanish quickly, right? And then over here for the description, you can provide more details. So we can come back to our page. We can, for example, copy this. All you need to do is learn 138 words. We make it super easy and simple. Done, okay? Now you can play around with these options here. Optimize text per person. I'm not too familiar with that, so we're just gonna leave it. But this is the call to action button, right? So what do you want people to do? Do you want them to listen now, order now, sign up now, right? So you probably want them to sign up now. So you can choose sign up. But if you want them to just get more attention, if you're running a awareness campaign, you probably want to do learn more, right? So if you don't have a specific goal, like people need to sign up or they need to sell, you can do learn more as a kind of general rule of thumb one. So that's pretty much it. You have the destination over here. This is the display link, what you want to show. Now the display link has to match the website URL. You can't have a totally different display link. But for example, instead of this ugly link, right, you can just say unbouncepages.com. It looks a little nicer. It doesn't look as ugly. And then sometimes when the URL shows up, this is what it's going to show instead of that. So that looks nice. Now you can have these add-ons. If you want somebody to call you, there will be an option to call. And then once they call, there will be a number. So we're going to click none here. Languages. If you want Facebook to automatically translate your ads, I don't suggest you do this because most of the ads, they have kind of a special meaning that's tailored to each country that won't translate well into others. So I suggest that you either do it yourself, right? Or you just keep it off. And then it's telling us here we can't do it unless we remove the text customization. So that's fine. It doesn't matter. but at least you know what that is. And that should pretty much be it. There is one more thing I wanted to do. Oh yes, it's that I wanted to add this website URL here in our description, right? So over here, click more by clicking the button or checking out the link here. And then we can add a little hand. Where's the, I'm looking for this one right there, right? Something like that. And then that way people will be able to either click on the learn more, or they'll be able to click on that link that you have here. Okay, so you can add this here in the other variations as well. That's up to you. But this looks good. So we're going to click publish, and Facebook's going to go through it, make sure everything looks good. There are no errors. You follow the rules. So they will review your ad as well before actually publishing it. But this is what it's going to look like. All right. So I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. Here you see what it looks like in different options. So here now it's processing, right? So it's going to be under review. And if it passes the review, then your ad is going to show up. And that is pretty much it. And then you should see all your stats here. Okay, so you have the reports where you'll be able to see the ad creative performance. Oops. You also have your columns. So you'll be able to customize your columns. So, hey, if you want to see result rate, if you want to see, I don't know, there's other stuff here, you know, the photo views, if you want to see new messaging contacts, if you have that option there. If you have a video ad, then you want to see how many people viewed the video at a certain percentage. You can do that. So whatever you want, you can add it here. So in our case, for example, we're looking at cost per click. That's important. We want to know how much are we paying per click. We want to see clicks, right? How many people are clicking on our link? And then we can go ahead and we can move that up here. So we want to see link, we want to see cost per click. So this is where you would edit the actual columns. You have the page posts. So you have all these options, whatever is important for you guys, you would set it. Then you have clicks all, which includes not only link clicks to your link, but just clicks in general to your ad. You can do that. Your CTR, which is the number of times somebody clicked your ad divided by the number of times somebody has actually seen it. So this can be pretty important. You can save it as a preset column, let's say default, and you can hit apply. Now, the cool thing about this is that once you change your columns, they apply to your ad set and your campaigns, unlike Google Ads or Microsoft Ads, where you have to do it all over again. So that is it. Now the ad is under review. I'm actually going to go ahead and pause it right there by clicking that option just so it doesn't actually run. That's what happened last time. I forgot to pause it, ended up spending some hundreds of dollars for just a sample test campaign. But that is it. I hope you guys found value in this. If you enjoyed this video, I invite you to check out my website at ivanmeta.com, where I offer you a free 55-page affiliate guide, as well as access to my training courses, such as this Facebook Ads Mastery and Facebook Ads Retargeting course, which goes into more detail on how to successfully run ads. So what I showed you here is good and well, and I think it was pretty detailed, but I go into much more detail in my courses. So take a look at that. And also in the next video, I want to show you guys how to set up the Facebook pixel so you can actually see conversions, because that is very, very important. You cannot hit a target you can't see. You have to know where you're going. And so in the next video, I want to show you how to set that up. All right. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video.